It's our good friend A28 Style.
Oh, Mr. Custom Cleats.
Yeah.
Mr. Shoe Doctor. Mr. Get It In where he gets it in. And he also been dropping some players in the chat as well, man, and the email address as well, man. Salute you. So, yeah, let's talk about it. First of all, we greatly appreciate your support as well.
He says, this is for the 400th plus. I enjoy watching when I'm not too busy. You are the best because of the interaction with us. Just down-to-earth bros, for real. Now back to football. I say we draft all defense, bring in a few free agents for the offensive line, keep 18 to help, 14 learn how to win off the snap.
Respect. Now, I do like your analysis. First off, man, when you talk about 14 learning how to win off the snap, that's one of the things when you're talking about why he doesn't create the separation that a Deontay creates. That is a part of it in terms of his releases, in terms of just detailing his route running. That's something that he's really going to have to hone in on this offseason if he wants to take that next step from just being a combat catch down the field guy to being a guy that actually generates separation and can be like those number ones that we talk about and that we think he's capable of, a Jamar Chase, a Justin Jefferson, and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. I definitely like the keep an 18 part as well. And in terms of the draft, my only issue, I don't like going in with the mindset that we are only going to be focused on taking defenders, because I think of how when Pat dropped us, it was like, man, nobody knew he was going to be there, but because he was there and we weren't boxed in that, hey, we got to only take these type of players in the draft, we were able to get a guy like that. So I kind of like balancing a little bit with that free agency stuff so we can have a little bit more flexibility. But if we're talking about just specifically our key positions, we can knock that out. So now when you're in the draft, we're only focusing on maybe like one key
just
person,
corner and
right?
inside linebacker.
Then I think
probably
that could work, and then you can, hey man, if we only want to work on defensive guys, then I think that could work. But I don't want it to be where we gotta hit on each guy in order for us to be successful next season. I think that puts a lot of pressure on these guys. Number one, getting the right players, and number two, those rookie players panning out. I just think that's a lot that we're gonna be putting on them dudes, man.
I'm with you. Like, if Jordan Addison drops to 32, screw the whole defensive strategy.
You see what I mean? Like,
just take him at 32.
Yeah, if he's at 32, like, that's tough to pat. Like, at 17, I don't necessarily like it right now. At 32, it's like, come on, that's a no-brainer to me.
I think the crux of what he's getting at, though, is whatever you pick up in free agency, just do the opposite of the draft. So if we pick up a Luan free agency, okay, you have a little bit more focus on defense, cornerbacks, inside linebacker, maybe even defensive tackle, because you got pretty much everything else on offense outside of maybe that third receiver, Jordan Addison. But I can understand just passing on him in general, because the bigger need, if we bring back a Cam Sutton, is trying to get that cornerback one that we've been lacking.
Like a true
ever since Joe Hayden.
Yeah, lockdown.
And we only had Joe Hayden for like a hot minute doing that. So it was like a couple years.
Tops. And after that, we were
it was nice when we had him and Nelson as the combo, because they were. It was almost like
they played right and left. They didn't have to travel.
Almost like Deontay and Pickens last year in a way. Maybe a little higher end version, but like, all right, we got a wide receiver one, a high end two. Yeah. And Deontay. Pickens is still emerging. We feel like he's gonna be wide receiver one, but just not yet. Hayden and Nelson, they were both like borderline top 10, top 15 guys, but we just still haven't had that top 5 guys since probably like Rod Woodson.
Low key, it was our Hayden and Nelson was like Philly, Slay, and Bradbury, where you got the top end number one guy, and then you got a high end number 2 who at some places might flirt as a number 1. Cam Sutton right now is our high end number 2, could flirt as a number 1, but it's like we don't have somebody to pair him with just yet. So
Levi's good, though.
No, he is, though. He definitely is.
Just not there yet.
I think Levi's still another high end, too, though. Like, I think Levi and Cam, I look at them, like, in the same frame. I think I have Cam ahead of Levi, though. But to me, I still think of those guys as 2s, not necessarily as pure cornerback 1. I don't care who we got out there. You got him. Like, I don't look at those guys like that just yet.
The thing that sucks about that 2019 defense, and in particular Joe Hayden and Steven Nelson, how they're probably not revered like how Darius Slay and Bradbury are right now with this Eagles defense, is the offense and the whole Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges situation, because that 2019 defense was really good, and Steven Nelson and Joe Hayden were playing lights out.
I would agree.
That secondary was a big part of that. It's just we had nothing on offense, so they didn't get really the recognition they deserved at the time. It's like somewhat. There were some stats popping up with Steven Nelson trying to compare him with Stephon Gilmore, but that's never going to hold up over the test of time, because it wasn't a historic team. It was a really good defense, but When the offense ain't picking it up like that, it's just going to be forgotten.
So, with that being said, today's show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. You know, the top-rated sportsbooking app in the U.S. And when you talk about why DraftKings Sportsbook is dope, it's because they're safe, they're secure, and they are reliable. Meaning, when you're supposed to get paid, you get paid on time. Speaking of, shout out to Deke. He paid me on time, man. Deke pays his bets on time because he's reliable. He's consistent. He's safe. Just like DraftKings Sportsbook. And when it comes to DraftKings, if you put your, $5 deposit down your first bet and you use the promo code MOATS, that's MOATS, you will receive $200 in draft deposit money. It's free money. It's money that you use to go make more money potentially, all right? It's a great concept. It's a great situation. Promo code. You put it in. You get that money out. You see how we working, right? But, Deke, I also got to talk about how some people can't handle this lifestyle. Some people cannot handle gambling. They might have a problem. Shoot, they might even need some crisis counseling, Deke. Deke, I know there's one person, they needed referral services. They were in New York, too. So I just told them this little number they could text, and it was cool. But for everybody else, you know what I tell them?
What's that?
It's this number you got to call. And it goes like 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER.